Tonight, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns taking on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants.
We come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the New York Giants. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does. And you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
The Giants ready to go to work on offense, and leading them out, their third-year quarterback from Duke, Daniel Jones.
We knew about the great mind coming out of Duke, and we saw the athletic ability and the potential. Watching it all come together and get better with each passing year, that's been fun. He can throw it deep, throw it short, and, of course, take off out of the pocket and beat you with his legs as well.
Throwing Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. And some room to work. The 40. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 23-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. CD, you take a look at this draft class from this offense, and they went defense with their first-round pick.
Yeah, and you and I both know there were a lot of good players on that list, but this was a defense that was in need of an infusion of youth. And
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. And for the first time, here comes the Cleveland Browns offense. Quarterbacked by Baker Mayfield, 4th-year man from Oklahoma.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively, because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also, when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now a 2nd down and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And they'll give to Hunt here on the option. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming down. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up 1st downs.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll give to Hunt here on the option. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 15-yard line. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Here's Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashard Higgins there to make the grab. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Parkey adds the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now we'll look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones. So they give up the completion there, but defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
Well, you want to rattle him first and foremost. Bring some people at him, a couple extra guys in the pocket, see if he can handle it. The second thing, you want to make him think. Show him one look, go to another, disguise a few things, make him throw into what you call your defensive traps, and try to make some good plays on the ball and get a few takeaways.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Now Jones. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. From just shy of midfield, Jones hit and the ball's out. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, that was a show of support to even allow him to attempt to make that kick. And you know if he did, that would tie the NFL record. That's a heck of a shot.
Yeah, it would have been a big deal, but a little bit short. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb punching it in from a yard away. And the Browns add on to their lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Parkey with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Malik Jackson, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Jones got his man complete over the middle. It's Shepard.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Completes this again to Shepard. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Powers through him, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 84 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A run for Nick Chubb. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. And he's brought down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try to mount a comeback.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 63 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. This is Hunt. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Parkey is good, and the route is on. It's 24-0. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Jones now on 1st down. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones out to the right here to Shepard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Meanwhile, Jones' throw here taken in by Ingram. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Jones on third down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now is just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, still a lot to keep an eye on. Guys battling, trying to make a ball club. We'll send it back to 2 guys already on our team. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A second fake. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And they'll get this down to the 10. 101 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run with Hunt. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, a 5-yard touchdown run. Giants take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody would like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now Glennon. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall. On first down, Felton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well. Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hunt. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Oh, you Kareem Hunt. We know you've got the power. We know you've got the speed. Now how about that? Show us a little bit of that wiggle in there. How about that one, partner?
Can you imagine trying to tackle that? Yeah, I'll stay up here with you. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On the counter, Hunt. And he's brought down. 146 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Kareem Hunt ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Browns continue to roll. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here. The first thrown out for the backup, Keenum. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players, but most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Glennon. That's complete to John Ross. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21. On 2nd down and 4, Glennon. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Booker on 1st down. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. So that'll back him up 5. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Kyle Rudolph from 10 yards out. And it's for pride now, but the Giants do get a bit closer.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. So they get 1 score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll run again with Hunt. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. They'll run on 1st down. Hunt, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down, Felton. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone, and that'll do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. On second down now, Felton. And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 44.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On second down, right back to Hunt. Oh, good move. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, 25 yards. And the Browns are pouring it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add two more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. So they're able to throw it in for the two-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. To throw on second and 10, Glennon. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Back to throw again. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Curtis Weaver drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. The Giants go on fourth but come up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, pulled over a few people, look at that one right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
First down. It's Hunt. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Brandon, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He had to run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. Felton. Oh, what a juke into space. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Demetric Felton, 32 yards. And the Browns continue to roll. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Keenum's going to throw for it. They'll roll him out right. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Glennon hit. He loses the football. It's out. But I believe the Giants got this back, and they will hold on to the possession.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Glennon's throw there into the hands of Ross. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted a 3rd of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw, and this is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. To the offense making their way back out there. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Here's Hunt. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
On 2nd down, Felton again. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Yeah, once more, strong running,
Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Hunt. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
There we go now as they will again try for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Drops it underneath for Booker. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Pettis. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So that's now 12 points that they've left on the field, 4 missed field goals.
Now, you and I were both hoopers, so you know it's like being a shooter in basketball. Sometimes when things go wrong, it gets in your head, and it's tough to get back on track. And that one, it never had a chance.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.